The Joe Rogan Experience.
I mean, we live in the weirdest time in terms of like progressive ideology being dogma.
Gender's a construct, race is a construct, trying to bring it all down.
But race is not a construct because no one's been successfully transracial.
Oh, that's true.
Never been pulled off even remotely, not even
Eddie Murphy
close.
on SNL.
Yeah, but you could go black to white. Like Dave Chappelle used to do it all the time. Remember, he used to do the
Oh,
weatherman
right, yeah.
with a crazy wig.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
You could do black to white. Nobody cares. You used to be able to do white to Asian. You can't even do that anymore. But
So you can't go transracial.
You could probably go Asian to white.
People are really holding on to this race thing. Why is that? Why do we hold on to it?
I don't know. I
mean, because I don't look at you as like I don't even know what you are. You're just a tank. You know what I mean?
I'm mostly Italian, Irish, 1% Asian, 1.6% African.
See, and I don't even have that. I'm just like a nigga from America. You know what I mean? Like I'm just American black.
Well, if you care that, I mean, it's like variety's interesting. I like that people look cool. Like we were talking about Blake Griffin. Like it's interesting that there's a guy like him out there.
Yeah.
Big old giant dude.
6'10", albino looking. He's probably got all kinds of shit inside of him.
All kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when you meet a guy like that, you're like, wow, that's a different type of person. Look how big he is.
Yeah.
Like Shaq. Like when Shaq comes around UFC fighters, there's a photo of Shaq, and he was training at American Top Team with my friend Dean Thomas. And Dean is like, I guess Dean's like 5'9", 5'10", and he's standing next to Shaq, and Shaq is standing next to Junior Dos Santos. He used to be the heavyweight champion.
Right.
He looks like his child. Looks like Shaq's child because he's so small.
And Shaq's still like what, 7 foot? Like he hasn't shrunk at all.
He's he's a legitimate gigantic human being. I mean, he's fucking huge. I like the fact that there's people that are different. It's cool. It's interesting. You know, the real problem is racism. The real problem is not that there's variety. The variety part's interesting.
It's also like this new racism, you know, like there's so much of the cancel culture and you can't say what you can't say. And it's like, that's not scary racism like it used to be, right? I think people are more scared about the silent racism than like, that over, aggressive racism, like the lynching in the 50s and 40s and, before.
Well, we all know that stuff happened less than 100 years ago, which is why it's scary. When you see photographs, like those black and white photographs of the families standing around while there's a black guy hanging from a tree behind them like that is not that long ago.
No.
So that shit is still in the air down there.
Yeah. But now this new racism is like, you can't talk about trans kids,
Well, that's not racism, but yeah, that's just what that is authoritarianism. They're just trying to enforce a certain way of thinking and behaving, and they go hard on anybody who deviates. Poor old Mario Lopez. Probably the nicest guy that's ever lived. Doesn't have a fucking controversial bone in his body. And he's like, well, I don't think kids should be trans. I mean, they're little babies. And they're like, what? You insensitive. It's because they can go after him for something like that, and he'll acquiesce. He'll give in.
That's almost like backing into like that old segregative, I guess, Jim Crow thing. Like, remember, another black guy talking about Emmett Till, but remember when Emmett Till gets killed, right? It's because of, he's saying, hey, you look kind of pretty, or he's doing a cat call to a lady, right? And then this woman goes and tells these group of dudes, and it's like, hey, and they're just like, oh, we got to cancel Emmett Till. You know what I mean? So it's almost the same thing. I'm not saying it's that, aggressive and violent, but it's the same thing of like, you can't say anything. You can't have a brain. I guess there's I want to say like a criminal thought now. Even having a thought.
Right. There's thought crime.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Orwell shit, right? Like, this is what people are deeply concerned about, is authoritarian reinforcement of their own particular way of thinking and behaving. And it's because people have the opportunity to complain now. Like, if you just didn't like the way someone addressed women or someone, you really didn't have a way to broadcast it 20 years ago. But now anybody can just get on Twitter or Facebook.
Right.
And it can go viral, and a bunch of other fucking pink-haired weirdos will retweet you, and next thing you know, there's a goddamn mob after Mario Lopez.
Right.
I mean, that's what happened. It's interesting, though. I mean, it's weird to watch it all take place, especially from our business, because comedy relies on taboos. And in a lot of ways, like, they're reinforcing us. They're helping us because people come to us for relief.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, right?
Thank you. Yeah, keep the PC culture going. Honestly, it's only making us more money. It's making us more accessible.
The
really
fucking
appreciate
comedy
it.
store has never been more packed.
Oh yeah, and people are coming in like they're looking to hear those things.
Oh, they're so happy when you go out against the grain. When you go hard in the paint, they go crazy.
Love it.
They love it.
Yeah, bring on OJ. Bring him back.